Hello YouTube, I'm Magnifico, and recently, Shane Dawson came back after not posting for about 5 months, and this last year in particular, he's been doing these, documentary things on YouTubers and stuff, kind of as like a redemption a bit and stuff. He started off with Tana, then he did Jeffree Star, then he did Jake Paul, and now he's doing Eugenia Cooney. Now, a lot of people might not remember who Eugenia Cooney is, but she is a YouTuber from like 2013 to I want to say she kind of stopped doing videos in 2017, and the reason why is because she needed to go and kind of like do health related stuff, because unfortunately she does suffer from like a severe eating disorder, and I'm actually gonna pull up a pic of her right now. So here, if you look her up, this is what she used to look like and stuff. Obviously you can tell that she is, unfortunately suffering from something. This is very way too skinny, and the video is an hour long, and also this is a current picture. Obviously you can tell her face is folded up a little bit more, so that's really good and stuff. Everyone should be very proud of her that she's taking these steps forward to recover, because that's the most important thing, is that you're willing to do those extra steps and stuff, because what it is a big problem and stuff, especially when you're not willing to talk about it, because you won't get better magically and stuff. You need to be willing to do something. It takes effort. Unfortunately, these things don't just disappear on their own. You have to be committed and stuff, and what she has been, and that's great for her and stuff. She, I believe, went to like this boot camp thing where they basically told her what to eat. They monitored her a whole bunch and stuff to make her sure she's eating a bunch and she's not throwing up anything or anything like that. So this video is an hour long. I already watched all of it, so that way you guys don't have to watch it. And honestly, this video should have been 20 minutes at most. Okay, Eugenia doesn't make her first appearance in the video until around the 26-ish minute mark and stuff. So obviously you can see this is kind of padded out a bit, and he starts off talking about like how people were harsh and stuff to her, and saying how everyone was basically telling her to kill herself, and I'll show a clip of that. So he starts off a bit with a montage and stuff showing how like Eugenia Cooney kill yourself, Eugenia is now falling. So obviously she dealt with a lot of backlash because of her body and stuff. And everyone online is gonna have to deal with hate. That's just part of the thing, but that doesn't excuse it. You guys shouldn't be calling her a disgusting bag of bones. Unfortunately, that she has a problem and stuff. She's a victim in this situation. Like, you should, instead of calling her a disgusting bag of bones, you should maybe be encouraging her to help, saying nice things to her, not telling her to kill herself. I'm not gonna lie, she reminds me a lot of Peyton List and stuff. She's an actress and stuff, at least in that photo she looked a lot like.
I really do care about you, Eugenia.
You see, and this is a clip of someone being really supportive and everything, and it's more of the same stuff, just kind of clips of her, people giving her a whole bunch of hate and all of that. So here Shane talks to this lady. I think she's like a psychiatrist, a therapist, or something like that. And he talks. So she's basically kind of giving him advice and stuff on how to approach this. The best part is he just basically ignores her. The stuff that he says don't ask or don't do, he does anyway. So it doesn't, like, I don't understand her point in this. And this part should have basically been cut. But they also talk about how eating disorders and stuff, and the different types and stuff. There are people where they don't eat and stuff when they're stressed, and then there are people that do eat a lot when they're stressed and stuff, and it's a coping mechanism. I personally am one of the type of people that I don't get hungry when I eat, and that was actually a big problem for me my senior year of high school. I lost like 15 pounds senior year just because I was extremely stressed and everything. And Shane actually then goes on to say, how he's the opposite and stuff, where he actually eats a lot and stuff, and he's had problems with this stuff in the past. And you know, overall it's a really wholesome video. I feel like it's really stretched out, and you know, but I guess they just want to give all the information and everything. And then you know, Shane, like as you can see, he's gained a little bit of weight, so he's like says how like that's been a problem for him. But you know what, Shane, let's see how old you are. Yeah, Shane Dawson is 31. That's just natural that he's gonna gain weight. Like, you know, it's not because of his eating habits, just because, you know, his metabolism isn't what it used to be when he was younger. So, you know, it is what it is. But let's continue. So after 20 minutes, you know, he finally gets to her house, the 22-minute mark and stuff. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. So he gets in, she kind of gives him a house tour and everything, you know, shows him his place. It's a really lovely house. I think she lives with her family and stuff. But you know, for something about all this, that's the problem with his videos, at least to me and stuff, is that you know, they kind of take a while to get to the point. So something that people have been noticing though, like, so some things that people have been mentioning is the fact that's kind of suspicious that you know, she doesn't know how to use the back door in her house and stuff, and how that, you know, seems like it's gonna be I'm gonna talk about it later, but there have been things that have been said about you know, her being kind of in an abusive home and stuff like that. And another YouTuber, JaclynGlenn, actually made a video and stuff. It's 24 minutes, so we're going to talk about that in a little bit, but I kind of want to keep going over the Shane Dawson documentary. Let's get to the part where they actually start talking about it. But that's one thing that people have noticed, is that like they were saying like how, like, you know, it's weird that someone doesn't know how to get out of the back door of their own house and stuff like that. So, you know, here they kind of start talking about a little bit and stuff. And that's an interesting thing and stuff, where she says that she does make the decision and stuff. Because, you know, that is important. I do believe that she did have some part in that and stuff. I did, in the other video, though, in JaclynGlenn's, they talk about how they actually had to, like, kind of get her taken away and stuff because of how bad of a state she was in. But, yeah, as you can see, she's definitely, you know, recovering and stuff. Like, you know, I can't really tell how she looks like because she's covered up and stuff, but, you know, it's definitely an improvement, and that's amazing that, like, you know, she's, you know, getting better in her life and stuff, and that's really, really, you know, a step in the right direction. So after about 35 minutes of this video and stuff, they, you know, got to finally, you know, actually talking more about, like, what she did, like, what she went through and everything like that. And something that I really liked about it was that she did say that, you know, nothing was, she can, as long as it was helping someone and stuff, if it could help, then nothing was off limits and stuff. And that's really brave of her, because some people, you know, they don't want to talk about it, you know, they shut down and stuff like that. And, you know, talking about it is something that's really important. You don't want to do it, not be able to talk. So, you know, they finally start getting to talk about it. 1 second. So they talk about this problem for about 16 minutes of this 1 hour long video. She talks about how she basically went into this kind of like rehab like center. They would choose their meals for her and stuff, make sure she's eating everything. You know, if she went to the bathroom, someone would go with her and stuff. Like, they would stand outside the door and make sure, I guess, like, that she's not throwing up her food. And it was like a strict thing. And then, like, if you showed progress that you were eating yourself, you'd get like more privileges back and stuff. You know, and while it is a bit hardcore, like, obviously her, you know, she was in a bit of a, you know, really extreme situation and stuff. And, you know, Shane is kind of, you know, being lighthearted about it, which, you know, I don't know, maybe it's a bit insensitive, I don't know, the relationship and stuff. Like, he's, like, making jokes about how, like, he would have loved it there and stuff because, you know, he would have been able to eat whatever, like, he would have been able to eat more and stuff, and that sounds like a dream to him. You know, obviously, you know, it's just to keep things a bit more lighthearted and stuff. You know, problems, though, about it is, like, they didn't really talk about how she's doing, like, how she's kind of, like, how her recovery was and stuff, if she is making progress, if she's still going to keep going and stuff like that, or maybe they didn't, I just didn't hear it. But after that, then they kind of go off and to do, like, makeup and stuff like that. Anyway, now I'm going to go to the next video that I wanted to talk about, which was by JaclynGlenn and stuff, because, you know, if you look at the comments and stuff, while a lot of them are, you know, positive for the most part. There are some I was seeing yesterday, back when this was like fourth in trending and stuff, and apparently this was first in trending earlier this weekend, and she made a video and stuff, and hers was second in trending. So, here they kind of start talking about a little bit and stuff, and that's an interesting thing and stuff, where she says that she does make the decision and stuff, because, that is important. I do believe that she did have some part in that and stuff. I did, in the other video, though, in JaclynGlenn's, they talk about how they actually had to, like, kind of get her taken away and stuff because of how bad of a state she was in. But, yeah, as you can see, she's definitely, recovering and stuff. Like, I can't really tell how she looks like because she's covered up and stuff, but, it's definitely an improvement, and that's amazing that, like, she's, getting better in her life and stuff, and that's really, really, a step in the right direction. So now they're going to go on to talk about how, yeah, they've been manipulated by her family and everything like that.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful story, right? Like, it looks like watching Shane's video, it's such like a happy, feel-good.
And we should be happy.
It's completely,
yeah, we definitely should, no matter what happened. Stuff, it is a poor girl making progress and stuff with her problems, so, and that should always be, recognized before anything else.
I mean, if there's a Shane Dawson video, right, everybody's gonna know, at least enough to, I feel like, take the pressure off of me to keep my mouth shut. Like, I felt like I had people just like holding a gun at me, like, and saying, if you say anything, this and this could happen, and now it's gone and it's down, and I can be honest.
So she was talking about how she was scared of making this video because, this is, like, as you can see, 65,000 upvotes and then 16 dislikes and stuff, so that would make it, what, like 70-30 kind of close up to, roughly, or so. I don't know, but or like 75-25, I don't know. I don't feel like doing the freaking math, but basically, she talks about how, like, she wouldn't have made this video if she did feel like, she wasn't still in a toxic environment. She talks about how, Jaclyn hadn't gone to a hospital in like 5 years, which, in case if you're not well aware and stuff, you should be going to the doctor at least once a year and stuff, because, so they can do checkups and stuff like that. People would, call the police on her and stuff to, like, get her help. And, she would basically have a script of how to respond and just convince the police that she was fine. And if you've seen the pictures, that was clearly not healthy and stuff. She was, like, the bones were visible, basically, and that's the problem with the eating disorder and stuff, is a lot of times, admitting it is hard to do, because nobody wants to feel like there's something wrong with them. It's very difficult to, accept that about you, like, okay, there's something wrong with me, but once you realize, okay, there is something wrong, then you can make the next step of, okay, well, how do I fix this problem? What do I have to do? And stuff like, and that's the most important step, is understanding that there is something wrong, and then being able to, make up with that, and do the appropriate actions to make up for this. Here's them talking about the thing I was just saying about the people calling the police.
A very real thing, and many people on the internet were calling the police. We were calling the police, and there's a lot of red tape on that, yeah. But when they would answer the door and they had a script and they would turn the police away, and this video with Shane is another example of a script and the police, or Shane in this situation, walking away feeling that that person is fine, and I don't know if that's the truth.
Yeah, so obviously, we do want to make sure that they're, that regardless of everything, the most important thing is whether or not she's recovering and stuff, and that she continues to, like, recover and stuff like that, because I think she was only in the rehab thing for a month, which, it may seem like a long time, but it really isn't and stuff, like, especially to repair the damage that was done to her body. So now she talks about how she had basically gotten these people to come and interview her and stuff, to like medical professionals.
They asked her questions.
We left the room for that part.
We left the room just for privacy of...
we wanted her to open up and be honest with them.
Yeah, because those are real questions that they have to ask. And personal.
So, like, she could have... It was up to them at this point what happened to her. Like, they could have walked away and said everything is fine, but they were like, really concerned. So they ended up deciding that they wanted to take her into care, and they ordered something called a 5150, and it's mandatory. They take you involuntary without,
you know, so let me first mention this. They kind of had to trick her, what's her face, into coming. They had to trick Eugenia into coming for the because she had thought they were going to like an escape room and stuff, but you know, it was more of an intervention like thing. And then they that once the professionals had interviewed her and like seen her condition and stuff, they ordered this thing where, you know, it was a mandatory thing where they took them into the care. And then they go on to talk about how then the mother was like screaming at them and then actually called the police on them and stuff, saying that like this was kidnapping. And obviously it wasn't. She came on their own free will and stuff, and then this was court mandated. So then the police also had to come and pick Eugenia up to take her to the place. And basically the mother was so angry that this was happening, and they talk about how like she was living in like this abusive household and how everyone around her was just a bad, like it was toxic environment basically. They didn't care about her. And honestly, like if you see your daughter in such a state, you should, you know, try to be helping her. And then to be so vehemently against it, it's kind of a red flag right there. But you know, I'm gonna be kind of wrapping up the video now and stuff. You can watch the video by JaclynGlenn. You can also watch the Shane Dawson documentary. Once again, though, that thing's over an hour long. But you know, obviously there's two sides to every story. We can't see what is 100% accurate and stuff. What we should focus on though is that, you know, Eugenia is making progress. You know, she is, you know, eating more, gaining weight, you know, getting back to a healthy and stable weight and stuff. And you know, that's the most important thing, and we should be all actively encouraging her, you know, sending her positive thoughts and everything, because you know, this is a serious problem and we don't want her to relapse and stuff, because she feels like you know, she's getting so much hate online. And if you know someone that suffers from eating disorders and stuff, talk to them about it, you know, try to get them to open up. And if they won't open up to you, you know, talk to their family, you know, maybe they can help, or like recommend them to like a therapist or like something, to just, you know, someone that they feel safe to talk to, and like, you know, that can give them the help they need, because you know, it is a problem, and just like with any problem, you need to be willing to admit it. So once again, like, you know, I was just kind of giving everyone a, you know, review, because this is like an hour and 30 minutes of watching, and you know, it's pretty popular right now. But you know, if you like the video, please leave a like, subscribe. Also, go and send Eugenia some, like, you know, positive thoughts. Give her support and encouragement, because that's the best that everyone on the community can do. You know, we don't need people doing videos talking about how she's gonna die and stuff like they've done in the past. We need, you know, good videos and stuff to help this poor woman along with her process and stuff, and that's the best we can do for her. Anyway, like I said, I hope you guys liked the video. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, you know, share the video and stuff, tell your friends about them. Obviously, I couldn't cover everything, because once again, it's an hour and 30 minutes, but this was, you know, the shortened video. I believe also Jaclyn did another video and stuff where it's also like a shortened thing, and it's 3 minutes long. You can go check it out. But you know, I do hope that Shane does cover more of this, kind of like more of these topics and stuff in the next videos, because he usually does multiple parts in his series. But anyway, other than that, I have nothing else to say. So you know, like I said, support people, like support her and support anyone you may know that has this poor disorder and stuff. You know, just, you know, be happy, you know, support everyone, you know, don't be negative to people. But you know, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it and have a great day. Thank you and bye.